Hello, welcome to a 45-50-minute Vinyasa flow practice. My name's Kaylee. When you're ready to get started, you can meet me on your mat in a seat. Give yourself a few moments to settle in. So you might even keep your eyes open and kind of take a peek around your space. Just allowing your visual sense to help anchor you a bit into the present moment. And then when you feel like you can soften your eyes downward or close them all the way down, meet me there with the eyes soft or closed. Take a moment to come into your breath. You might naturally notice that the breath lengthens just as you bring your attention to it. And stay here. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. As you inhale, sit up tall through your spine, let your lungs fill and your ribs expand. Pause at the top of that breath. Open your mouth, let it go. Feel the ribs recoil. Let's take 1 more deep breath like that. Breathe in, let the belly expand, let the lungs fill. And then when you're ready, just with a gentle sigh, let it go. You can blink your eyes open, bend your elbows into a goalpost or even a W shape. Go ahead and tip the chin up just slightly here. Take a breath in. And then seated cat pose, round your spine, almost like you're diving into a pool. Tuck the tailbone, shoulders towards your ears. Do that again. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin, bend the elbows. Exhale, seated cat, round your spine, chin toward your chest. This time, as you inhale, lift up and rotate to the right. Same bent elbows, just a little bit gentler back bend. And then come back to your cat through the middle as you exhale. We'll take that over to the left, deep breath in. And then back into cat. Let's do 1 more round just in case you missed that first one with me. Inhale to the right, spinal extension. Exhale through center, round your back, create some space. Inhale, you go left. And then meet me on your hands and your knees. Work your way to a tabletop position, a quadruped position here. Take a moment, just feel your weight to distribute between your knees or your shins and your palms. And then let's draw some body circles over the wrists. Try and keep your lower back long. Switch the direction of those body circles, right? In order to lengthen through your lower back, we're going to engage some of those abdominal muscles. We want to be doing that pretty frequently throughout practice. Come to the center, not only to keep your low back safe, but just to bring some awareness and energy into those main channels. Tip the tailbone up, lift the chin, take a breath in. And then regular cat, round your spine, tuck your chin, maybe a slight tuck of the tailbone. Back to cow, breathe in. And then cat as you breathe out. Take 2 more here, just keeping our warm-up really simple. Last one, long in breath. And then cat, hold your cat, tuck the chin toward your chest. Stay here as you breathe into your mid back. Try and expand through the bottom of your rib cage and the back of your body. And then neutral spine as you exhale, tuck your toes under. Let's find our downward facing dog. First down dog of the practice. Feel free to walk your feet a little closer to your hands or vice versa. Bring some movement into your dog, pedaling out one foot and then the other, or maybe bending into both knees. Let the crown of the head point straight between your thumbs. So crown of the head staying in line with your sternum here. And then the biceps are kind of trailing by your ears. When you're ready, look forward and then walk your feet to the top of the mat. Find ragdoll pose. Feet are at least hips distance. Generous bend in your knees. Catch the crooks of your opposite elbows. Might feel good to find some some bit of a sway here, shifting your weight from foot to foot. And just notice how your hamstrings, the back of your thighs feel. Mine are pretty tight this morning. We're not judging, we're just bringing awareness, maybe making a little mental note to move a little bit more deliberately or with a little bit more care throughout practice in those areas that feel a little tight. Release your fingers down. Heel your feet a little wider apart. Come into malasana. So big bend through the knees. You can bring the hands to the heart. You might want to shift weight from foot to foot. I tend to be I like to move a lot in my practice. If you tend to be somebody who needs a little bit more stillness to feel connected and grounded, you do you. So I want to give permission for everyone always to take their practice into their own hands and make it what you need. So whatever you need from your time on your mat today. If you need to kick it up a notch, great. If you're here and you need to dial it down a little bit, awesome. Press the thumbs into your sternum. Take a breath in as you push your elbows into your knees and your knees into your elbows, tall in the spine. And then fold forward, release the hands, heel to your feet a lot closer together. Maybe hips distance, maybe the big toes touch. Soften your knees, and then we're gonna unroll up to standing. Take your time. Once your shoulders are over your hips, reach your arms up overhead. Find your long body stretch. Look forward or look up between your hands. Then bring your hands to your heart. Let your eyes soften or close. And then again, just setting this intention to take what you need to make your practice whatever it needs to be for you. We'll connect with one big cleansing breath, breathing in anything that you need for your practice today. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And blink your eyes open if they were closed, reach up on an in-breath. And then fold forward, long exhale. Lift up halfway as you take a breath in. And then find the top of a push-up, shoulders right over your wrists. Shift forward onto the tippy toes, drop the knees down this first time. Keep your lower back spacious as you shift even further forward. And then bend your elbows lower halfway down. You can keep the feet on the mat if that feels better. Push the mat away, straighten your elbows, big breath in. 2 more like that. Exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze through the upper body. Inhale, push the mat away. Last time. Exhale, bend into your elbows. This time, lower all the way down, release your feet. And then find your cobra pose, sliding your fingers back a bit, maybe out to the sides a bit to give your shoulders some space. As you inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin. And then roll it back down nice and slowly, forehead taps the mat. 2 more cobra roll-ups. Inhale as you lift. And exhale, roll it back down, lengthening the back of the neck. Last time, breathe in, lift. Downward facing dog, tuck your toes, press through your hands and your knees, and send your hips back. Look toward your knees or your toes, or somewhere in the middle of your mat to bring that neck into a neutral alignment. Look forward, lift your heels, and then step your feet to the top of the mat, coming straight into your halfway stretch. Breathe in, shoulders away from ears. Fold forward, catch your calves as you exhale, chin toward your chest. Rise with the inhale, really focusing on that big breath, big stretch. And then catch your left wrist, find a side bend over to the right. Option to lift the left heel and then bring the left toes back behind the right foot over to the right a bit. Come back to the center, take a breath in. And then swap out, find your side bend, first upper body, maybe lift the right heel and step the toes back behind and to the left of the left foot. Take it back to the center, breathe in. Forward fold, long breath out there. Halfway stretch on an in-breath. Plant the hands, step back to push-up. Option to lower all the way down or halfway down, pausing in chaturanga or on your belly. If you're on your belly, take cobra again. If you're in chaturanga, into upward facing dog, flipping onto the tops of the feet, push the palms into the mat, and then energetically pull the heels of the hands toward your hips. Downward facing dog. Stay here, clear that out, breathe in. Maybe you open your mouth, let something go. Look forward, lift the heels. Exhale and step your feet to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, long breath out. And roll on your inhale. Catch left wrist side bend to the right just for your exhale. Back to the center, breathe in. Switch sides as you breathe out. Come back to the center, step into your feet, reach up through your hands, and then fold forward as you empty. Find a halfway stretch and pause. Keep your right foot planted, step your left foot to the back of the mat, drop your left knee down. Come up into a crescent lunge. You can have the left toes tucked or untucked. Just stay here, take one more big breath in. And then release the hands, step back, high push-up to low push-up, cobra or upward facing dog, breathing in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left leg lifts on an in-breath. Step your left foot to the top of the mat, drop the right knee down, supported crescent on this side. Use your arms to gently lift your ribs away from your pelvis. Really working to find that sweet spot between trying really hard and getting almost kind of aggressive or forceful with the body, and the other end of that spectrum, kind of getting a little bit limp or disconnected. See if you can stay present and kind of find that Goldilocks amount of energy in this pose. Take a breath in. We're going to find a forward fold at the top of the mat. Frame out your front foot, lift the back knee, shift forward, and step your right foot to meet your left. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Chest to thighs, breathe out. Roll up on an inhale. Side bend, catch left wrist as you exhale. You can keep stepping the left foot back behind the right if you want. Come back to center, breathe in. And then swap it out. Nice long breath out. Reach up through the middle, look up on an in-breath. Forward fold, exhale. Find that halfway stretch this time. Keep your left foot planted, step your right foot to the back. We're gonna come into crescent lunge. So you have the option to drop the right knee or to keep it lifted as you rise up. And then take a moment, you see me kind of adjusting my feet here. And square the hips toward the front of your mat. You can soften your right knee and find some energy and activation in your right glutes, and then maybe straighten that right leg, keeping that energy in the right glute muscles and the right butt cheek, right? Big breath in. Plant the hands, step back and flow through your vinyasa. You have your options to go all the way or halfway down, to take cobra or up dog, or to skip it all together and just find downward facing dog. We meet up there. Right leg lifts on an in-breath. Step your right foot forward, keep the left knee and heel lifted. Push the floor away as you come into crescent on this side. The same thing over here. A little check-in, squaring your hips, engaging the left glutes, lengthening through the sides of the neck, and using your arms to gently lift the rib cage away from your hips. Take a big breath in. We're going to find a forward fold at the top of the mat. Plant your hands, step the left foot to the top. Halfway stretch here, breathe in. Chest to thighs, long breath out. Unroll all the way up on the inhale. This time, bend your elbows, find a cactus shape, pull the shoulders down. Glutes are active, chest is open. Maybe you tip the chin up. Stay here, take another full breath in. And a breath out. Reach the arms up. Big breath in. Forward fold, long breath out. Halfway stretch on the inhale. Vinyasa to downward facing dog. Try to move through a few more shapes and then put it together in a flow. Start with your right leg. Breathe in as you extend it. Step the right foot forward. Let's find reverse warrior. Pivot the knife edge of your back foot down, and then with a bend in the right knee, cartwheel the arms up and open. Adjust your feet if you need to, so that you can root down through the base of the right big toe. Right knee is trailing, it's biasing just a bit toward the pinky toe side of that right foot, so you feel some opening in the inside of the right thigh. Eyes can be down toward your back toes, up toward your top hand, or somewhere, for most of us, somewhere in between those 2 points. Find what helps you feel some spaciousness in your neck. Big breath in. Extended side angle, right forearm, right thigh, left arm reaches over your head. Roll open through your chest and your heart. So try not to angle your chest down if possible. Push through the knife edge of your back foot. Stay here, take a breath in. We're gonna backstroke that left arm. Pivot the left heel up, core turns on as you find your crescent lunge facing the top of the mat. Nice big inhale here. And then find a prayer twist, rotating toward the right and then hinging forward. Left elbow is going to catch the outside of the right hip and thigh. Get real strong and connected to your back leg again. Push that back heel back and reach the crown of the head forward. So feel the body lengthening in those 2 directions. Energy back through your ankle and forward through the crown of your head. Take a breath in. We're going to find a single-legged mountain at the top. So this is a pretty big transition. Shift forward, lift the left knee and the arms up. Here we are in that single-legged mountain. Inhale here, find your balance. As you exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot to the back of the mat. 3-legged dog, right leg lifts, breathe in. The right foot steps forward, bring your left knee and your arms up at the top of the mat. Inhale, find your balance. Exhale, plant the hand, step the left foot to the back. Do that again, 3-legged dog, right leg. Step the right foot forward, shift the weight, left knee and arms up, breathe in. One more time, exhale, plant the hand, step it back. Right leg lifts, breathe in. Step forward, left knee and arms up on an inhale. And then step that foot down under your hip, bring your hands to your heart. So that's our little kind of challenge balance, dynamic balance for today. Bend your knees, reach your fingertips down. Find your chair pose and hold. So after that dynamic balance, take a moment to let yourself find your Ujjayi breath again. And check back in with that intention to give your mind, your body, and your heart what it needs from your practice today. One more big breath in. Hold forward, let go. Halfway stretch on an in-breath. Vinyasa, meet up in downward facing dog. I'm moving kind of slow today. If you've got a little bit more get up and go in your pace, stick with that. Stay true to yourself. We'll meet in down dog, left leg high on an in-breath. Step your left foot forward, reverse your warrior. Take a few rounds of breath to settle into your stretch. You find a little bit more connection through your feet, particularly the left big toe mound and the knife edge of your right foot. Open your left side body, find some space, breathe in, extended side angle, set up for your side stretch to the right. So we're often moving kind of in a contrast. We were just in reverse warrior with the left side body being lengthened. Now we're in extended side angle, right side body stretching. Take a breath in, backstroke that right arm, pivot the right heel as you come into your crescent lunge on this side. Reach to your arms and then twist to the left. Right elbow hooks the outside of that left thigh. Push your top hand down into your right. And if it feels steady here, you can play around with taking your eyes up over your left shoulder toward the ceiling. Take a breath in, and then we're going to find that mountain pose with the right knee lifted. We'll push off the left foot, find your balance at the top of the mat. Nice long inhale, maybe you lift that right knee a little higher. Exhale, hands down, right foot to the back, left leg kicks up, three-legged dog, breathe in. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, right knee and arms, rise it up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Two more like this. Inhale, left. Exhale, you step right knee and arms, breathe in. Plant the hands, step the right foot to the back. Now left leg up on the inhale. Last time, step it forward. Single-legged mountain, take a breath. And then plant the foot, bring the hands to the heart. Bend your knees, chair pose on an inhale. Forward fold, let's flow. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Vinyasa, however you want to get to down dog. Some of you might pop back to chaturanga on the way. The right leg goes high, big breath in. Step forward as you empty. Reverse warrior is the inhale. Extended side angle as you exhale. Stay here. Take a big breath to lengthen the left side. Backstroke the left arm on the exhale. Spin the left heel. Crescent lunge. Breathe in. Twist to the right as you breathe out. Left knee and arms up. Single-legged mountain on the inhale. Here we go. Plant the hands. Step the left foot to the back. Right leg up. Breathe in. Step it forward. Single-legged mountain. Inhale. Three more. Exhale. Move on your own here. Probably better than me getting sloppy with the cues. Take those deep breaths. When you land in the poses, especially that three-legged dog, we'll meet in our single-legged mountain. Pause at the top, left knee is lifted. And then we're going to set up a figure four. Bring the knife edge of your left foot over the top of the right thigh, right above the knee, as you hinge back through the hips and lean forward through your chest. Hands can find heart center, or if it feels better, bring your hands to your hips to kind of encourage the hips back and down. We're going to rise up with that left knee and the arms. Breathe in. Dragonfly twist this time. Bring the left foot to the back of the mat. Left hand down, right arm lifts up. Push the left palm into the floor to spin open. Maybe let the hips drop a little bit lower as you hug the inner thighs together. Mula Bandha, that's our root lock, lifting through the pelvic floor. Breathe in. High push up as you exhale. Bend your knees, take your turbo dog here. So you've got big bend in the knees. We're going to launch forward back to plank. Bend your knees a bunch. And then launch forward back to plank, fully extending. One more like that, bend the knees. Launch forward, lower half or all the way down. Ooh, cobra. Or upward facing dog. You do you, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left leg lifts on an inhale. Step forward, exhale, reverse warrior. Finish that breath, open the side body. Extended side angle. Stay here, get long on an inhale. Backstroke, top arm, spin the back heel as you exhale. Crescent lunge, finish your breath. Prayer twist to the left. We're here just for a breath in. Here we go. Single-legged mountain, up at the top. Plant the hand, step the right foot to the back. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Breathe in. Step it forward. Keep going. We've got three more like this. We'll meet in that single-legged mountain. Preparing for our figure four. Once you land that third one, find your balance, flex the right foot, and then set up your figure four on this side. Really send your hips back and lean forward, taking any of the arch out of your low back. Set the eyes to one spot, maybe 5 to 7 feet in front of you on the floor. And then breathe. And feel into the stretch wherever you're noticing it in your body, probably somewhere on the outside of the right hip and thigh. We're going to push into the left foot, rise back to our one-legged mountain, breathe in. Dragonfly twist. Big step to the back with the right. Push the floor away with your right hand and lift the left arm up. Gently working to stack the shoulders and the wrists. And then breathe in a way that creates some more space in your spine. Nice long in breath. High push up. Here we go. We're going to set up that turbo dog. Bend the knees a bunch. Maybe you walk the feet forward just a little bit. And then 3 times, launch it forward, straight knees. Bend, launch forward. One more, big bend. Launch it forward, big breath in. And then Vinyasa, meet back up in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, cleansing breath here, in through your nose. Let something go, open your mouth. Look forward, lift your heels. Step, walk, or hop. Your feet between your hands. Halfway stretch here, breathe in. Hold forward and empty. Unroll, take it all the way up on the in-breath. And then lightning chair, sweep your arms by your side. We're not going to stay here for a ton of time. We're actually going to take this into dancer pose. So root into your left foot. Bring the left arm up, catch your right foot with your right hand. First, point your right knee straight down and find a little tuck of the tailbone to get real into that right quad, front of the right thigh. Then start to kick more into your right hand as you lean forward, finding your variation of dancer. If you're near a wall, it can be really nice to push that left hand into the wall for a little counterbalance. Soften the muscles around your mouth and jaw. Set the eyes to one spot. We're here for 3 more breaths. And take your time with them. I know I always want to rush them in balancing shapes. You got 2 more. Nice big breath in. Let's release that right foot down. Bring your hands to your heart, standing tall at the top of the mat. On an inhale, reach your arms up. Lightning chair as you exhale, sink it back. This time we're shifting weight to the right. Find that quad stretch on the left, right arm lifts, catch your left foot, pause. Point the left knee down. Hips and pelvis are neutral, or maybe you take a tiny tuck of the tailbone. Make a point for your eyes. 5 to 7 feet on the floor in front of you as you kick into that hand. Reach forward, let the chest stretch forward. Three more breaths. One more breath in, full expression. Feet under hips, hands to your heart as you exhale. Okay, we're going to revisit our flow. Arms reach up on an in-breath. Bow forward, long breath. Halfway stretch, you breathe in. Plant the hands, step or hop it back. We will meet in downward facing dog. So sometimes that little pause helps me at least recollect. Right leg high, breathe in. Step forward as you empty, reverse warrior, inhale it open. Extended side angle as you exhale. Take a breath in, go long through your left side. Backstroke the left arm, start that transition, spin the left heel up, reach up, crescent lunge on an in-breath. Prayer twist to your right. Stay here, take a breath in. Single-legged mountain up at the top of the mat. Take an inhale, maybe you look up if you need more. And then plant the hands, here we go. 3-legged dog, right leg high, breathe in. Step it forward, Single-legged mountain option to add a hop. And then 3 more, maybe not for me, maybe for you, not for me. 3 more times. Ooh. Find that spot where you're challenging yourself, but you're safe. I'm gonna ditch the hop. Last time, lift that left knee up and the arms up. Take a big breath in. And then figure 4, hinge at your hips. Stay here, lengthen the spine, breathe in. Maybe you dip back a little bit more and bring your chest toward your left shin. Rise with the arms and the left knee, inhale. Dragonfly twist, exhale. Hold your dragonfly twist, breathe in. Prasarita, take that quarter of a turn with your toes toward the left side of your mat. And then take ragdoll arms here, find a little sway. Let the crown of the head drop straight down. Let go of any tension in the face. We're going to release the right hand either to the center of the mat here or to your back ankle. Lift the left arm up on an in-breath. Hands sweep to the top of the mat. High push-up to turbo dog. Straighten the knees. 2 more times. High push-up to turbo dog. High push-up to turbo dog. High push-up to mountain climbers for 5, 4, 3, 2, downward facing dog. Okay, left side, here we go, breathe in. Step forward, reverse, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. Take a deep breath. Backstroke as you empty, start that transition, crescent lunge, finish your inhale. Twist to the left as you exhale. Take a breath in here. Single-legged mountain at the top of the mat. Breathe in. All right, hands down, right foot to the back. 3-legged dog, inhale. Step it forward 3 times. Maybe you add your hop, maybe not. Every time you hit that 3-legged dog, take a deep breath in, bring some clean oxygen in. 1 more, meet me in your 3-legged mountain, or excuse me, your 1-legged mountain. We've got our 3-legged dog, 1-legged mountain, meet up here, breath in. Figure 4, hinge back through your hips. 1 long inhale, maybe you drop a little bit lower as you exhale. Right knee and arms up, breathe in. Dragonfly twist, big step to the back, reach the left arm up on the inhale. Prasarita, take that wide-legged straddle. This time you can take the ragdoll arms again, kind of sway, or find some other arm variation. Maybe you open your shoulders, interlacing at your low back, pull the pinky fingers away from you. Maybe you bind the big toes with your peace fingers. Keep your heels down wherever you are, but shift weight toward the balls of your feet. Feel your sit bones lift. Release the hands. Left fingers tent or they catch your right ankle. Inhale, right arm up. Sweep the hands to the top of the mat. High push up to turbo dog. Good. Launch forward. Bend the knees a bunch. 2 more times. Launch it forward. Big bend into your knees. Launch it forward. Maybe you're on your toes. Mountain climbers for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop your knees. Sit back onto your heels. Close your eyes down. Bring your palms to your thighs. And notice the sensations in your body, the heat perhaps that we built up. Maybe your heart rate, a little elevated or a lot elevated. Perhaps the lungs and the ribs are moving a little bit more as you're taking bigger breaths. And start to let everything slow down and calm down. This practice of yoga really has a lot of different interpretations, and to me, the most important objective to the heart of this practice is to deepen our awareness and expand consciousness. So it doesn't mean that we have to push anything away. Okay, whatever is going on in your life off the mat, we're not saying we don't care about it. We're not saying it doesn't exist. We're just opening our awareness to other aspects of reality, particularly the ones that are in this moment right now. Notice your sense of hearing and any sounds that you can pick up on. Sounds that are near, sounds that are distant. Notice your sense of touch and those points of contact, maybe the tops of the feet and the shins, or wherever you got contact with the floor. Those places of connection and support, maybe they feel like a pleasant kind of pressure. Notice the places where your skin is exposed to the air, the temperature and the movement of the air around your body against your skin. Just noticing for another handful of breaths. Are there places that you can sit back a little bit more and soften? Are there sensations or thoughts or feelings that maybe you can just gently accept without getting into any kind of judgment or story about them being good or bad? And keep the hands on the thighs just where they are. Or if you'd like, you can bring one palm over your heart space and cover it with the other. And then just doing that gives you a little feedback and lift the chest into the palms to sit up tall as you breathe in. Open your mouth and let the eyes blink open. All right, bring your hands back behind you. Legs come out in front of you with a bend in the knees. Walk the hands back a little bit more. We're going to take some tricep dips. So start with straight arms here and then bend your elbows, bring your shoulders down a bit. They're not going to touch the mat. We're pointing the elbows out to the side and back a bit. Straighten the arms, push the heels of your hands into the mat and then rebend the arms. Keep going, straighten the arms and rebend, little tricep dips. Option if you need more to lift the hips. We can take those tricep dips here, lift and lower the hips, not quite touching down with your butt. Whatever you're doing, you're straightening the arms completely at the top and bending the elbows as much as you comfortably can at that end range for 10, 9, you're moving slower than I'm counting. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop your hips, straighten your legs. Lift your arms up over your head, little fatigue, little burning in the triceps there, and then fold forward. Let your head drop, let your jaw relax. And tune into your breathing. You might notice as you inhale that you can lift the chest ever so slightly and reach the crown of the head away from the breastbone. So go longer through your spine on the in breath. And then perhaps you soften back into a deeper forward fold as you exhale. Make this so subtle. Inhale, maybe just a couple nanometers of length in the spine. Exhale, almost an imperceptible deepening of that forward fold. 3 more breaths. Start to lift the head as you walk the hands back, staying up to a seat. Bend your knees, hook the back of your knees with your fingers. You might want to shift forward so you've got some mat back behind you. Round your spine a bit, chin toward your chest. Draw your abdominals up and in, and then lift one foot and the other foot. From here, lift the chest toward the thighs and then extend your legs out in front of you. Bring your hands back behind you, lift the legs high, big breath in. Bend your knees and then exhale as you straighten the legs just to skim along the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and skim the toes forward. Inhale it up. Exhale, bend and extend. So keep moving like this, just a couple more. All right, let's tuck the toes back down where they were. Catch the backs of the knees, round your spine, roll it all the way down onto your back. Bring your palms to your kneecaps and then circle the knees in opposite direction. Nice, easy movement through the hips. Let your tailbone tuck and untuck, so those little tiny pelvic tilts here. Drop your feet down, hips distance apart, and then up into a glute bridge. Rest the floor away with your feet. Push into your feet, press forward a bit to roll back through your shoulders. Looking straight up at the ceiling here. Option to hover the hips above the mat. They bend in the hip crease and then re-extend. 4 more like that, or just holding at the top. Last 2. Bend, extend, hold for 3. Soft jaw for 2. And then think cat, round your back. Cat back as you roll it down vertebra by vertebra. Bring your arms to a T or a goalpost as you windshield wiper your knees slowly side to side. If you haven't already, let the eyes soften or perhaps even close all the way down. Just a nice easy movement through the hips. Option to keep your nose pointing straight up or to nod your chin as you nod your knees. So chin moves in the opposite direction as the knees. Breathe in, breathe out. Start to lengthen your exhales. And when you're ready, find savasana. Extending the legs out. Bring the arms down by your side with the palms turned upright. And perhaps you shimmy the shoulders together and tuck the chin just a millimeter to lengthen the back of the neck. Let everything start to melt. Let the benefits and the efforting of your practice really soak into every cell, every layer of your being. So your only job here is to let your body drop into some stillness. You can listen for my voice shortly to close our practice together. Let's stay here just a moment longer. If there's anything from your practice that you want to take with you into your day, really call that to consciousness. And then with that in your mind or your heart, start to bring some gentle movement back into your body. Maybe you nod your head side to side or make some circles with your ankles and wrists. When you're ready, meet me in a seated position. No rush to get there. Really honoring how well you took care of your body in this last 40 some odd minutes, 50 minutes or so, by continuing to move in a way that is maybe a little bit more respectful or conscious or connected than we might generally find ourselves moving through life. Bring your hands to your heart center. Close practice with one final cleansing breath. So big inhale through the nose, fill the belly, fill the chest, let the collarbones lift, sip in even more breath at the top and let it swirl around your body. And then let it all go. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope that this practice serves you well, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourself.